Hello.
Hello, welcome back.
Welcome to our special episode, you guys.
It's 1 year.
I
1 year
can't
of Bucky
believe
Booze.
I can't believe we made it here. I just can't believe that you and I have stuck to something for as long as we've stuck to this.
No. Oh my God. Okay, we'll get into it. But
Yeah.
first, welcome back to Bucky Booze. My name is Hope.
My name is Julie.
I don't know what
And
to say
this is
now.
Bucky Booze. And this is
We
Bucky
already
Booze. We've
said.
been doing this for a year and we still are like, okay, who's gonna say what now? Um,
Make for our 1 year anniversary, we have a sale for all of you guys. Go to our website, buckybooze.square.site. It's in all of our socials bios. And buy our merch, you will get 30%
30% off.
off with the code 1year, ONEYEAR. That would be the best gift you could give us
Uh-huh.
for our
And the best gift we
anniversary.
could give you.
Yes. So
Besides our weekly content for you guys. But yeah, make sure to do that. And if you need help finding that link, it'll be on our Instagram. That's at Bucky Booze Podcast, and our Twitter at Bucky Booze Pod, as well as in every YouTube description. And it probably is in the description of this episode, wherever you're
yeah.
listening to it from.
All right. So, should we do what are you into and then drink, or drink and what are you into?
Let's see, what are you into? Because I have a few good ones.
Okay. Do you want to go
So,
first?
yes.
Okay.
So this week, my sister is here.
Yeah.
And she's just said some really funny things that I can't wait to tell you guys. I can't give you them all because I'm going to spread them out and use them as last calls because they're so funny and kind of wise in a weird way.
She is
Um,
very wise.
she is wise. And then Hope and me and Dasha, we went roller skating yesterday and bowling. And
Oh
let
my
me
God.
tell you,
It was so fun.
I felt like the Mamma Mia girls when we were out there on our roller skates. I know they didn't do
I
that, but I felt like
know.
that. Like a Mamma Mia song should have been on. We should have been in our little suits
Yes.
and just kind of
Yes.
performing like we wanted to.
Well, we've made plans. So, we will be practicing roller skating every week, and we are
Uh-huh.
going to have a synchronized routine, and we will get matching outfits so we can show off. It's going to be amazing. It was a fun night.
It was a really fun. I think it's like the most fun that I've had in like years.
I know. It was so fun.
It was just
Like,
so simple and like it was a Tuesday, which makes
yes.
it even better.
And you know what the vibes that kind of gave me?
Hmm.
We were talking about it yesterday, but it kind of gives me when you and I decided that going out to eat at restaurants was really nice. It's like
Yeah.
we don't realize the little things are really nice, you know?
Yes, you guys. Oh my God. Let me tell this story really quickly. So once a couple years ago, Hope and I went out to eat at Cheddar's, okay? Because
Being
I think
cheddars.
because you were working in my town in Murfreesboro,
Yeah.
and then I had just like gotten off,
Mhm.
and I was like right beside you on the same road again. And so we were like, yeah, let's go eat. So we went to Cheddar's, and it kind of felt like we were at the Four Seasons. Like we felt like we were really rich on a luxurious vacation because we had never had
Yeah,
that kind of feeling before where they took our order. We just sat there and ate, talked, did our own thing. It was like,
exactly.
it felt like a real treat. So then we were like, why don't we do this? Like, we need to do this and treat ourselves and go eat at restaurants.
It was a treat because
It
we didn't
was.
have to clean up. We got our food brought to us, everything like that. We used to
Mhm.
be this is how our friendship formed. Is we used
That's
to go
true.
to Juice Bar, we used to go to First Watch,
Panera.
Panera. We went out to eat constantly and then we got poor and we couldn't. And we
Yeah.
lost sight of what was good.
The
The
finer things in
simple
life.
things. So we used to go bowling all the time. We lost sight of how
Yeah.
amazing bowling is. And then we learned roller skating is also amazing.
Uh-huh.
So it was a wonderful, wonderful time.
Yeah, I truly loved it. So I think right now what I'm into is just having fun and living my life with my
Yeah.
friends. So yeah.
That's what I'm into too. Also my nails. I have been growing
Yes.
them out. They are very pretty. I did not break one. So all natural, baby.
They are pretty, except for I did hear one of them scratch on
It
the
scratched the
inside of a
ball.
bowling.
It
And
did.
that sound, like, and you know how loud that had to be for me to hear it over in the sitting area when you were bowling, I heard the scratch of your nail inside of girl, that makes me feel icky.
I
Like
can't help it. It just like scraped on there.
it made me feel I also want to say one more thing before we start drinking. Is that I had this thought today at work, okay? Because cars, we have to fill up our gas tanks.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Well, I was thinking, those big trucks like the 16 are they 18 wheels or 16 wheels?
It's actually both. There's some that are 18 and some that are
Okay.
16.
Well, I'm just thinking how much gas does one of those bad boys hold?
A lot.
And how much does it cost?
A lot.
And how long does it take?
Probably a long time.
So I just think that's crazy because I had never considered a truck driver's problems when I probably should have. I feel I want to call
Yeah.
myself considerate. I never think about them. Um,
Mhm.
so that's just kind of something that I've been thinking about. If anybody knows anything about truck drivers and their gas issues, please DM me so I can know.
That was
Cause,
riveting.
cause I'm not gonna look it up.
Okay.
Just let me know.
Okay. Let's move on to our booze or lose. If you're new here, what the fuck? This is our 1 year
What the
anniversary.
fuck?
So I'm kind of hurt. But booze or lose, we try a new drink and we rate it. If it's great,
hmm
it's a booze. If it sucks, it's a lose. What are you trying?
I'm trying Bay Bridge, which is a $2 rosé.
I
Because I had my
have
first one that wasn't I had an expensive one and it was really good. But then I saw this one for $2. I was like, I'm 22. A $2 wine sounds good to me. So I got it.
I have a local beer from Hap and Harry's. It's just the Nash IPA.
Okay, that is so pretty.
Isn't it cute? I got it in a pick six at Kroger and I thought it was so cute and that it's like a good thing, Nashville local. We're celebrating us.
Yeah. We
So
are Nashville. We are local.
we are. I can't open this.
I'm recording with a live audience today, guys. I have Robert and Benji in here, so
Oh my
um
God, I cannot open this. I feel like you.
use a credit card. I use a credit card.
I got it. I think I'm weak from being sick for so long.
Yeah, I think you might be because remember your fingers were sore when we were bowling yesterday?
That was because it kept like my fingers weren't sore, my wrist hurt, but my fingers like they were just getting rubbed up. It's because I have dainty little wrists.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have working hands,
That's
you know?
true.
I have soft hands, soft little angelic perfect hands.
Yeah.
So I I hurt I get hurt easily.
Yeah, and that's okay. Cheers.
Cheers. This smells good. I spilled it.
Here are my thoughts. Is that I tried my first rosé ever this week, okay?
No,
So
you
I don't
didn't.
really
We've had rosé so many
no, we've
times.
had pink Moscato.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah,
Is
yeah.
that not the same?
No, it's
Okay.
different.
I thought it was
Cause,
different
cause
or the
okay, well,
same.
actually, why I got a rosé is because I saw a beautiful. I love those beautiful pink wines. Though I could never drink one again, like a pink Moscato. I love looking at them, so I like to look at the little fruity stuff. And I usually never get it because I don't think I like it. But I was like, everybody talks about rosé. I have to try it. So I don't have too much to compare it to except for one other bottle that I've had in my life.
Mhm.
And I mean, I think it's good. It just tastes like light wine to me. I don't think it's like anything like special. Like I don't think like rosé all day is ever going to be anything that I'll ever think in my life.
Yeah.
But also I'm just not weird like that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get a sweatshirt from Target that says rosé all day cuz that's not my vibe.
Yeah, that's gross and cringy.
Mhm.
Um, so what do you think about it like in total? Booze?
Oh, it's a booze. Yeah, I love it. I like it. And it was
Okay.
$2. I think it was $2.69.
Which also
Um,
contributes to it, you know? Like,
yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, 10% nice wine.
This one I think is a booze. It tastes really good. It's just like a solid beer. Like, when you're
Hearty,
like,
good
I want a
beer.
beer. This tastes like what that should be. It's nicer than like the watery, like cheap gas station beers, you know?
Mhm.
It's got more depth of flavor and shit that I can't really describe to you too well, but it's delicious. I think it's a booze.
So it's like the beef stew of beers.
What?
See, that's just kind of the way that I like think about things like this because like a
There's
good
carrots and onions and
no,
potatoes and stuff.
hint of onion in my beer. No, but like cuz it's
The layer?
a nice hearty IPA. It's filling, it's full of flavor, it's
Yeah.
robust. Like a
Yes.
stew. Like in
Mhm.
food terms it would be like a stew rather than like a chicken noodle soup or a broccoli cheddar mac and cheese. It's
Yeah.
a stew. It's hearty. Do you know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
This is like a
Full
good
body.
stew versus, like a Yingling that might be like chicken broth.
Yeah, like that. Exactly. See,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
like that. I like the what we just did
Yeah,
there.
I like that. So I like that we
Okay.
have 2 boozes as well. So that's
Yeah, it's
great.
because it's our 1 year.
I was listening to our first episode and we had a lose on there because we tried every Corona seltzer.
Mhm.
Corona. I said that's so weird.
Yeah.
We tried every Corona seltzer and the lime one was a lose. I thought it
I
was I described it in the show as flat lime water.
yeah.
And I said I wouldn't
Ooh.
care if I wasted it.
You know what? I think we've said that though about so many seltzers because when I was looking at the beers, I saw one of those Vives. Do you remember when I
Ugh.
tried one of those Vives? And
Yeah.
I was thinking, I was like, what if we just like went back and like retried a drink from our past for our 1 year? But I was like, nah, I'm not trying that again because I
Mm-mm.
swear, you guys, most of the loses that I've gotten personally have not been just like, "Oh, I don't love it." They've been really straight up disgusting nasty. Like that Bahama Mama I tried,
Oh, yeah.
it literally tasted like throw up. And it was warm to make matters worse, but still doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's talk about what has been your all-time favorite booze throughout our
Oh,
history.
mine, I think is pretty obvious.
I think
Flying
we're going to say the
Panda.
same thing. Yep, that's exactly what I was
Flying
going to say.
Panda Flying Panda vodka orange soda is like the
Amazing.
best shit. It'll get you drunk. It
Mhm.
tastes delicious. Like it's an all around amazing drink. So that
Mhm.
has been my favorite like all time booze or lose that we've had on the show.
Yeah, I
And
think
it's a
Flying
good
Panda.
company.
Yeah, I think that they're definitely my favorite as well. All of the flavors. First of all, whenever you get like an assortment of drinks, which I don't think they do assortments, but personally, like when you try all the flavors of a line of drinks, they're not all good. You probably really like one, maybe two. But we've tried every Flying Panda and they've all been amazing. And they have such a high like alcohol percentage, which makes it like I don't know, that just makes it all the better. If you can drink less
Yeah.
and still get drunk, like it doesn't get
Yes.
better than that. I know that all of our episodes sound like we're sponsored by Flying Panda,
I
but
know.
we have such a deep love for that. Like we had not even ever talked to anybody
I'm
from Flying Panda when we first
passionate
tried them.
about
I'm
Flying Panda.
passionate too. Like
Truly.
I'm inviting them to Christmas. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like I love them.
Yeah, that was amazing. So I figured like I wrote down a couple things for our um our episode
Mhm.
and I wanted to talk about our first episode cuz we
Okay.
initially released with 3 episodes technically, but like our very first one, that was the first thing we ever recorded. Thanks,
Mhm.
Rob. Um and on the first episode, I'm going to see like what we said Bucky Booze was versus
What we think
what
now.
we are now.
Okay.
So we said that we were everyone's new best friends
Which
and that
I
we
think
loved to talk shit.
okay, so we have stayed true to our mission statement from day one. I think we do give the best friend vibe. Like when I
Yes.
listen in the car, like especially when I'm driving like a distance, I don't feel alone,
No.
and I think we also are so good at being relatable or like keeping up with the trends. We're internet girls. We've already said we're gamer girls, we're tech girls, we're internet girls.
You name it.
We're
That's us.
everything. So
Yeah.
I think that yeah, we've just stayed true to that. I don't think I would change anything about that.
Yeah, and then I thought it was so funny that in that very first episode, we said we like to talk shit because we kind of grew into that. Like the
Yeah.
first few episodes, we kind of like were finding our groove, but like that was foreshadowing because now we've kind of found our thing, you know?
Yeah.
It's like a thoughtful critique.
Mhm. Yeah,
That's
see,
a nice way to put it, but
yeah.
we're talking shit every episode and that hasn't changed and that's like been our mission statement, I guess.
I think like that first one that we did, that one in Minty Sized Rant is where like we did talk some shit in those episodes. I know we talked
We did.
crazy shit and I think it was the first one. And but
Oh,
then like
I mhm.
from then on we kind of went on to doing like other things like you said, but you can't steer too far from your roots. Like you can't
You
like
can't.
you can pull the shit out of the girl, wait, you can pull the girl out of the shit, but you can't pull the shit out of the girl. You know what I mean?
Yes. Also, that episode we talked shit. So Venti Size Rant, we talked a ton of shit about all Starbucks stuff. That
Mhm.
episode, we did our canteen and bean story, which we still bring up and joke about, like
Mhm.
not getting invited and shit like that. But I forgot about the bottle story where, and I thought this was funny because you had a friend named Bottle who always talked shit about me and you literally couldn't hang out with her without her talking shit. And I thought it was so funny how like that kind of talking shit about other people like that can ruin a friendship versus the way we talk shit, which is about annoying. It's like we don't talk shit about the people, we talk shit about the action, you
Mhm.
know? And I
Right,
thought that
okay.
was really interesting.
So cuz I guess we used the name bottle twice.
We did use the name bottle
Cuz
twice. I told you that.
I forgot that we had used bottle, so when you were talking about this I was like, "We didn't." I was like, "What? That doesn't make sense." But yeah, that's true. But see, and this is the other thing too, is that ours, like you were saying, I'm going to piggyback off what you were saying. It isn't criticism. It isn't talking down somebody. It is literally constructive shit talk. It is feedback. We talk shit about like about actions that somebody has done to to put it into a perspective that can be a lesson. To
Yeah.
not do it. Like it's we have such good hearts. I hate to say it. I hate to brag, but we just have a different coaching style, a different
A different
communication
coaching style.
style.
Yes.
Like it's all in good heart. Like we don't just come on here and like shit talk someone to be bitches because like obviously that's not who we are and we wouldn't have a podcast for a year and we wouldn't have people to listen.
Yeah, exactly. And then also things that haven't changed. We're still doing Booze or Lose every single episode. But what we did add is a segment in the beginning sharing what we're into for the week, which I like. I think it's fun. I think it can go on a little bit long, but I think it's a good segment.
Yeah, and I think it also like adds into the like being best friend kind of thing cuz like
Yeah.
you always ask whenever you call someone the first thing you say is like how are you or what are you doing like like
Yeah.
blah blah
What's
blah.
up?
So
Yeah.
I like that. I think we have stayed the same though. Like
Yeah.
throughout the episodes we've obviously picked up talking about different stuff, but obviously we
And
have
we've,
to.
yeah, we've
But I think that
improved, I
yeah.
think. Like we know how to
I
podcast better
yeah,
than we did
I
before.
And we know, like, okay, so I was listening to some of our our first few episodes. First of all, the way that they sounded before, because of those mics, it's just so funny because, like, I liked it whenever like we first recorded and we're listening back to them before we released. I was like, oh, this shit sounds good. I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, I was like, this shit is amazing. Not even ever realizing that it could sound different to somebody else. But our quality of conversation has always been like, that's what got us here a year later because we sounded like we were in cardboard boxes.
Mhm.
because those fucking mics. So that's crazy. I love to hear like our audio is so awesome, and like I don't know, we're just so great at
We
this.
we got a lot of that when we first released that our audio was really great, even though we were using shitty ass fucking microphones. So that made me feel good.
Yeah, they
Um,
were great. But yeah, so I was listening to that, and then it's also funny because like the way that we spoke to each other like while recording is so different than the way that we speak to each other now. Like now
mhm.
we kind of talk to each other but also like to an audience because we know that somebody's going to be listening. But in the first few
Yeah.
episodes it was kind of like just kind of talking. There would be like some weird spots where like nobody was continuing to talk for the sake of the podcast. So I think that's cool too. We really
Yes.
learned like I don't know, like mannerisms for podcasting.
Yeah, we improved because we would like not want to cut each other off, which
Mhm.
maybe people, I mean, we cut each other off still every now and then, but
Yeah,
like that's part of the lag of
it's
being on
genuine.
video. But like we would try not to cut each other off. And so it would just be like silent for a little bit. I tried to
Yes.
edit that out though, as much as I could. Um, do you have anything else you want to talk about this episode?
Not specifically. I was just kind of vibing. I was just kind of gonna
Okay.
talk.
Well, I have some stats I wanted to bring up that
Okay,
I
wait.
thought was really cool.
Okay. Okay, but I do want to share something because when we first started, like we had our Bucky Boys, everybody knows who they are, like what that is and how we started, but now none of them work at Starbucks anymore. So we are like not very Bucky anymore. We're just
I know.
boys. Now we're Bucky Booze boys because no one is at the
Yeah.
Bucky
We're
anymore.
boozy boys.
Yes, so we've all progressed, which is like perfect timing because it all has like just happened very recently. So now, like at our 1 year, we can be like, oh, by the way, all the Bucky boys are graduated from
I
Starbucks.
know.
And I think
It's
that's
crazy.
cute.
I know. I love it.
We've also made good friends
Starbucks
along the way with the
Starbucks
podcasting thing.
yeah, Starbucks brought us amazing people and experiences and shit, but it sucked so bad. So I'm glad that everybody's out of there now. But also thank you for the free name because we have a very
Yes.
unique podcast name. It's
Yes,
very
I
Googleable.
yes, I love our name. And one more thing too before we jump into the stats is like I also want to say that we've met so many people through the podcast, like talk to people
Yes.
that we would have never talked to, like interact with people all around the world because they podcast and like have
Yeah.
talked to some really awesome companies and breweries and like all these crazy opportunities that like I
We
just
would
remember like the
have
first
gotten.
time we talked to a company, it was like, oh my God, like insane. And I don't know, I just feel like we've gotten so many great experiences from this show. And I just like the fact that we're here where we are at 1 year, it just makes me so excited. Like it's more than I could have
Yeah.
imagined when we first started. I remember when we first started, we like in the first episode, we were like, I don't give a fuck like if anybody listens to this. And now it's like outrageous to think that somebody listens
People
and people
listen.
listen like on release day, like they know like, oh, Bucky Booze is coming out today. It's
And
just
some of
it's
our Yeah, some of our foreign listeners listen like as soon as it's released because they're in a different time zone. So that's
yeah.
what's really insane. Um, so speaking of stats, I wanted to bring up we are now in 29 different countries and we are in 450 cities
So much.
with over, let's see, over 3,200 downloads and I don't know how many states. I didn't count all the states, but it's a lot. And I am blown away. And just like, also, we are very popular in Germany. Like, Germany is one of the ones that, like, we keep getting
It's because Coffee
download.
Master.
Like, every week we get a download in Germany, which is super. Oh, wait. Yeah. Super fun. And I don't know. Kind of cool.
Um, it's funny that you say that because the other day, I want to say maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was sending some emails to some local breweries and I went to like copy and paste an email that I had sent to another one, sorry. Um, but so I had to edit our numbers, like the cities, the downloads, like the countries because obviously times have changed, things have changed. And like I remember in the cities we went from like, I don't know, like 70 something. And then I had to type in like 400. And I was like, what the fuck? It was literally insane. I think it was like right when we broke the 3K downloads. So I just think that's fucking nuts. And like all the time, guys, like genuinely, like it's probably not genuine, but I mean, people ask me, like my friends ask me, like, "Oh, how's Bucky Boost?" Like, I feel like we've made it really relevant
Yeah.
in our area, and like everybody knows like that's what we do. So I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
just
really
been so great.
grateful, and I hope everybody listens to this episode. I'm sorry it's not like our normal shit talking
Yeah.
episode. We're being nice and kind, and we're just thanking everybody for allowing us to do this, and buying our merch, supporting us, listening to us every week, telling your friends. Like all of this, if we didn't have support, we probably couldn't keep going, you
Yeah.
know?
Mhm.
Um so it's really cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. I think it's probably, I don't know. It's like one of my favorite things about my life. It's like one of the best things about my week is just being able to sit down and do this. And I don't know, just anything Bucky Bruce related makes me really happy. So I'm
Yeah.
happy that other people are enjoying it. I also wonder if like the canteen and bean incident, which by the way, you guys, one of them reached out to me. You, um,
Wait, I
canteen,
I need an update about that. When?
like I don't know, maybe 2 months ago.
Oh my god, I didn't know about that.
He asked about the podcast. He's like, "How's the podcast going?" I was like, "Oh, you should
Maybe if
listen."
if you listened, you would know, bitch.
Like, sorry, you're not invited to listen. Um, but yeah, no, like I got off track, but about the beat canteen and beat incident, like you say, we reference it like whenever it's funny, like ironically, we'll be like, "Oh, like
Yeah.
canteen and beat or whatever." I wonder if there's people that have listened to the episode in real time, like when it aired, and like are still listening, and they like understand it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like
And
weird to think about.
I wonder if people like have ever like listened to us or heard something funny that we said and like quote it to their friends, or you know what I mean? Like I know
Hmm.
we're not insanely popular. We don't have like a billion listeners and shit. We're not Joe Rogan, but I don't know, it'd be kind of cool just to have, like, I know we have regular fans because I
Yeah,
see the same few cities popping up, and then like every week we'll see, different ones from our new listeners, but we have consistent listeners in
we
the
do.
same areas. And I don't know, I'd like to hear from y'all, and I don't know.
Me
It's fun.
too. Like I have friends, like one of my friends, Morgan, she literally will like post like us on her Snapchat or whenever she's listening to us. I was talking to my friend Alex the other day and he's like, "Oh, I forgot to listen to the last one like but then I'm all caught up or whatever." I know my Lena
Yeah.
listens to the podcast every week. Like people listen like and they listen without me saying, "Hey, listen." Like they just listen on their own and that's
Yeah.
the weird part to me. Like someone will ask me about something that I said in the podcast or something and it's just like I was like, "How do you know that?" I'm like, "Oh shit, like you listened to it because it's out there on the internet and you took the time out of your day to listen to my podcast.
And
Thank you."
that shit is scary. Like, first of all, I love it so much. Like, I love knowing that people listen to us and support
Yeah.
us and like our work. Like, it makes me feel a sense of pride. But
Mhm.
also, oh my God, I get so embarrassed. I'm like, you heard me say that. You heard me talk about this. Oh my God. Like, what all have you heard? Because
Yeah.
now I'm embarrassed.
It's like, I don't even remember what I said, girl. I don't even know what the episode's about. Like, please, what did I say?
Yeah, so that it's like scary, humbling, exciting, and I don't know, every emotion all at once. So, thank you. I think this year has been amazing, and I it's really helped through COVID and just everything. It's been so fun and amazing, and I'm grateful for our podcast.
Yeah, I feel like especially like I don't know, it's everything's been moving and just things that like in the last year of my life it completely has switched upside down, flipped upside down. Yours too. Like it's just been
Yeah.
crazy and this is the only thing that's been consistent and just brings like happiness and new things all the fucking time. And it's great. And I can't stop ever talking about this podcast. I don't think I'll ever be able to stop. I do not care if I'm that
Yeah.
girl that's like, yeah, I have a podcast. I don't give a fuck because
I
yes,
don't.
I do, bitch. And
Yeah.
I love it. I love everyone that listens. So,
Me too. Oh, I thought about something on our first episode. We were like, let's introduce ourselves. I was like, I'm Hope. I'm 23 and I like to party. I did a hot rod reference.
mhm.
And then you said, I'm Julie, I'm 21 and I act like it.
Yeah, I remember that.
That shit was
And
so funny.
but that's so true though, guys. I have really grown over the year.
Yeah.
The single year.
Me
Um
too.
yeah, do
And
you go
things
ahead.
have changed. I'm engaged now. I'm going to be married soon. Shit is weird. Like all of this has happened in the year that we've started Bucky Boost.
Remember when we like started making merch and we got to see like our logo on a shirt?
Yeah, it was crazy. And it's super cool. Like, I remember even just drawing the logo and being
Mhm.
like, does this look professional or is this dorky? And like sending it to you and being like, what do you think? And getting really nervous and then exciting when it looked good and it, you know, ugh,
I think one of my favorite moments before we released was when Hunter made our intro music and you
yes.
sent it to me in an email, and I literally like I ran downstairs from the office, I sat on the floor in my bedroom and I showed it to Rob, and I literally played it over and over and over and over and over again. I was like, oh my fucking god. I was like, this is it, this is real, like we have a
It
song, which is so weird.
and it
um
fits so well.
it fits so I never want to change it. I never
I
want to change. I
don't.
fucking love it.
It's the cans opening and
Mhm.
then like that bassy fun music that's so us. Like it's just I don't know. I feel like that music perfectly like
Uh-huh.
encap encapsulates. Is that a word?
And captures.
I don't know. Whatever. We never claimed to be smart,
uh
so
I feel
we
like we've
we have
said that
said
so many
multiple
times.
times. Yeah, over the past year, we should do a compilation of how many times we've called ourselves dumb
Stupid.
bitches.
Yeah. We should, because that would be funny. But yeah, once Robert was just like making the sound effects to that song, and I was like, Bucky Boost. And
It's a good song.
remember when we were at the Bucky Boys reunion and we told Tall Guy about our podcast, like we sent it to him, and then he like sent us a message in the group chat and he was like, whoa, this sounds like real, or like this sounds professional or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, what did you
Yeah,
expect?
bitch.
Some janky ass podcasts from us? Like, not
Yeah,
today, honey.
you think I would release something like that? That's insulting.
Oh man, it's
It's
been
been
good.
fun. Yeah.
It's been good and fun. Today I wore the blazer that I wore when we went to Big River, and it made me think of it.
Aw.
That was
Big
also
River,
like so fun. That was crazy. That was surreal.
it was our first business trip. I want to do
Mhm.
more. I want to
Me
like
too.
Bucky Boo's on the road, you know?
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
really want to collab with more podcasts. I think like I want to we were supposed to last week but I had strep so we couldn't. But we're doing one in September, I think. I don't know. I
Mhm.
really like guesting and collabing with other podcasts. I want more like people our age, maybe some other bitchy girls or something.
Yeah, that would be
I would
fun.
really like that. It's kind of hard though, because we're in a drinking, like we have a drinking podcast, you know, so we
Mhm.
like feeling lucky. That was great. They're like the male versions,
Mhm.
but like it'd be cool to have bitchy girls talking
Yeah.
shit. Like even if it's not drinking, but it'd be fun to have like a bitchy girl talking shit podcast to like go on.
Yeah. You guys heard it. If you guys are a podcaster, know of a podcast like that, let us know so we can
Yeah.
collab and all your faves can be together, because we love it. We love being interviewed and stuff. I personally love it. Remember when we were interviewing Spencer and I was
You
like, "Do
asked him to interview us? Like a weird, like, who the fuck does that? Come on my podcast and interview me.
I just want an interviewer to interview us on the podcast for our listeners' sake."
We should
To
talk about. Oh, sorry, I interrupted you.
No, that was it. That's all I had to say.
We should talk about some of the guests that we've had on. We haven't had too many guests, but Were our first guests Ethan and Hunter?
Yep.
So that episode still gets downloads to this day. When we get our weekly update, there'll be like 4 or 5 downloads on that episode, which is so weird. That one I was really nervous for. It was my first ever interview. You
Yeah.
were so quiet and awkward around them, which
I
is
didn't
weird
mean
because
to
it's
be.
literally Hunter.
I think maybe I was shy.
You were, I know.
I'm taking self-esteem lessons, okay?
I know you
Um
actually are, which is so funny.
but yeah, that was a good one. That is also when I quit my second job because I didn't want to go to work after that, which it's okay. It was
Yes.
only my second day there.
We interviewed Ty.
We interviewed Ty, which
That
that
one was
was
really fun. We
fun.
played games
Yeah.
and
Spencer, we interviewed Spence. That was a good one.
we
I
had
just love
Nick.
hearing him talk. Nick?
Yeah, So Cool Sounds, Nick.
Oh
And we
yeah,
shared
we
all
had
those like
Nick.
fun festival druggy stories. That one
Okay,
was
that
so
episode was
fun.
awesome.
That
That
episode
was
was so fun.
hilarious. You guys
Yeah.
need to go back and listen to these if you haven't because they were so funny. And
Yeah,
then
our interviews are great, honestly, because they're just
they
like
are.
lighthearted and fun.
And it's just talking to more friends.
Yeah.
So it
Which is
was
kind of like
fun.
the vibe of our podcast is like you're hanging out with your friends. So yeah, I really thank you to everyone who's been on our show. First of all, like thank you to
Yeah.
Ty, thank you to Spencer, thank you to Nick and Hunter and Ethan and
Feeling
it's
lucky.
feeling lucky. That one I didn't even expect to like put them on the show, but they were just so fun. We just like
They were so fucking funny. They are my favorite
yeah.
people.
Yeah, and it's just been great, so we appreciate you.
Yes. Everyone that's contributed to Bucky Blues, I love you with all my heart.
I know, really. One.
Yeah, it's in my head.
Okay.
All right. Last call.
Sorry, I
Okay.
just started choking. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
That was great. Go ahead.
You or me? Okay,
You.
I'll go. So mine is a tweet from Ryan Boyd on Twitter at Ryan A. Boyd. And it says, the idea of a movie about a beach that makes you old is funny. Like that's already God damn it. Let me start over. It says, the idea of a movie about a beach that makes you old is funny. Like that's kind of already the beach in real life. And I think that's funny
I
because it's
get that.
true. Why would you make a movie about a beach that makes you old? Because the beach does make you old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. That's cute. I thought you
Yeah.
were going to say something else because I saw another tweet about the beach today, but I like that tweet too.
Let's go to the beach. Beach.
Beach. Oh, love him.
Me too.
My last call isn't really a quote today. It's kind of just a memory. So I was talking to my sister yesterday. Well, she was telling me a story. And she said, she's like, so the other day I went to like Lowe's or something, and she's like, and I got a Coke, but it was a Pepsi. And I was like,
Yeah, I was there.
so yeah. And I was like, so you mean a
You got a
Pepsi?
Pepsi.
But she said it was a Coke, but it was a Pepsi. And I just think I kind of like that because it could be whatever it like you could say it's this,
Yeah.
but it could really be that. I don't know. I thought that was a really fresh perspective. Like from like
Yeah.
we have 3,000 downloads, but really it's like 100,000. That's what I'm gonna say next time I email someone.
Yeah.
And I just kind of like
And
that. Make your own reality.
yeah, make your own reality. Like yesterday when she said that, you had a water and you said, I got a tea, but it's a water.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, your reality, you're drinking a tea, but it's
Yeah.
water.
Life gave you lemons,
So,
but it's lemonade. I really like that
yes.
perspective.
Yes. So that was amazing. Go Dasha. Love Dasha. Um, absolute queen.
Queen. Shout out Dasha. Hopefully you're not listening, but if you are, shout out.
Yes, if she's listening,
If she's listening, I was
she needs to be
lying.
grounded.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening to us for a year. Every single Friday that you've listened, thank you like 100 times. I'm so serious. I love you. I love you, Hope. I love the podcast. Make sure that you check us out on Instagram at Bucky Booze Podcast. On Twitter, we are at Bucky Booze Pod. Look up Bucky Booze Podcast on YouTube. Leave us a rate and review. Right, Hope?
Yes, please. The best thing for our anniversary, leave us a written review. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. I don't really care about, as long as it's 5 stars. Go ahead and leave it. Make
We've got a
sure that
year,
you,
all 5.
yeah, buy our merch at buckybooze.square.site. Use code 1year, ONEYEAR, for 30% off, which is an insane deal. So thank you for supporting us, I guess. I can't believe it's been 1 year. I don't know. It feels really crazy and
I
awesome, and I'm
know.
grateful. So I'm
All
emo.
right. Love you guys. Love you, Hope.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.